not raining, so that doesn't give me an excuse not to work on the Jeep today. I'm drinking cranberry juice because it's early, without vodka, Jerry, from my Duck Dynasty Cy Robertson glass. Here's a little trivia for you, just to start your day off. They show Cy Robertson drinking iced tea, and everybody thinks it's like Southern iced tea, which is really sweet. He drinks unsweetened tea, so it's just, which I think is nasty. Anyway, got to do a little more body work on the Jeep. I'm going to kind of look over where I'm at and decide on a course of action. As I look over the body work on this side, it doesn't look too awful bad. It's getting closer where I want it to be. I did have one bad spot right here. I'm going to have to weld in a panel or do something with that because I don't want it to come back. So that's undecided on what I'm going to do with it. And then as we move forward, it's pretty straight all the way up to the front. So this is the panel that we're going to be concentrating on today. Like I said, the fender's brand new, so basically when we're done with this whole side will be prepped as far as the body work goes. Then we can start primering it, and then we can move on to the hood and the cowl up there on the front. It's got a pretty good sized dent on the front section. So I'm going to kind of sit back and take a gander at this and decide what I want to do with it. Okay, so I went ahead and cut out the bad metal, and it's full of dirt and yuck, so I'm going to go ahead and wash that out real well. Get all that stuff out. Probably going to end up drilling a hole in the center so stuff can drain out. It's really part of the seatbelt. This is the back side of where the seatbelt mounts. So water has run down in there and just kind of jacked it up. So I spent the last couple hours with my Harbor Freight welder trying to weld up that one little plate. So I checked out the troubleshooting procedures on how to get this thing to work. It's a piece of crap, don't buy one. They're junk. $100 down the drain. But I did go to Home Depot. Piece of crap. I bought the Lincoln Electric. It's a small little unit. Comes with everything. These are about 250 bucks with tax. It weighs about twice as what the other one does, so I'm hoping that this one will give me some better results. This is a nice looking little unit for what I'm going to use it for. Gary's here.
Don't put me on.
There's Gary. Say hi, Gary.
Don't put me on this thing.
Say hi to the world.
Talking to those people. Get out of my
Come on, just say, hey guys. Say, I am the best worship leader in the world. Come on, talk, Gary. Talk. I'll get you a biscuit. Up, come here. Bart. He won't talk. Gary, come on. I'm gonna get a newspaper. He's gonna say.
You don't want me to say anything because then I would defame my reputation. Okay.
There we go. All right, I got him to talk. Okay, we're about ready to start mixing some Bondo. It's kind of a yellowish green, and then when it's ready to put on, when you've got enough hardener in it, it turns kind of a greenish color. So we're going to be applying a light skin coat on this rear quarter panel, and then we're going to go from there. Awesome! It's kind of a greenish consistency is when you want to start using it. That's pretty close. Alright, after grinding the metal smooth, getting all that cleaned off, patching the panel, this is our first skim coat. And it's going to harden up, and then we're going to take probably a mud hog and go over it. Then we'll start using our DA, or flat airboard sander, to start fleshing out where our high and low spots are. Looks good. This is called an Ingersoll Rand. It's a sand hog. It has a larger diameter disc on it, and it also is called an air hog because my compressor would barely run it. As soon as I hit this, when I turn this on, you're going to notice the compressor kicks in because this takes a lot of air, almost more than I can supply with my compressor. What I'm going to do is, whenever you put new Bondo on, it's got kind of a slick outer skin. I'm going to go ahead and knock that off with this, and then I'm going to start using the air file on it. Okay, so when you're doing the Bondo work, when you hit metal, say like right here, you have to stop. Because you're not going to sand that down any further, and all you're doing is taking off more materials. Here, there, here, and here, here. When you hit metal, that means that you've gotten to the highest point in where you're sanding. Now, it's pretty clear when you're looking at it, you can see the low spots. We got a pretty good low spot here. And where we did the patch panel is still low. All this section would be a little bit low because of the metal here. A little low here. So we're going to do a selective coat along those spots that are too low, and then probably skim just a little bit over the whole thing. And probably carry this out just a little bit further because I can feel like there's some roughness right here. Maybe down here, put a little more Bondo right through here. So when we feather it, it'll be nice and smooth. Okay, so that's it for day 2. I am dusty and dirty and need a shower. Today's progress was a little bit hindered because of the Harbor Freight welder, which was a piece of junk. Don't buy one of those unless you don't plan on using it. But overall, I'm happy with the progress. Next coat, we're going to start seeing it start to smooth out a little bit, and then we're just going to be doing minute sanding on the spots that need it here on out. Once we get this smoothed down, we'll primer it with high build primer, then we can wet sand it. I'd like to get this whole front quarter section done. So that's our goal. David from Redneck Garage keeps turning some wrenches.